welcome back. And in this video, we are going to be talking about VStacks. Okay, so what I've done is I've created a new file, and we have our canvas ready to go. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you remember from the last video, VStack is basically a vertical stack that you can use to lay out elements vertically. So let's take a look once again. So VStack, we have a text. Hello SwiftUI, and we're gonna give it some foreground color, some background color, right, and some padding. Let's give it a padding. So, and I'm gonna put the padding here. There we go. All right. So that is our one of the text, right? And we can create another one. Now, as you can see, how the view on the canvas is actually moving up, making space for the other view to have more, like space on the UI. And now, for example, if I say, let's give it a background, and as you increase padding, it actually makes up that room. So, in some sense, this is very much like your stack view in storyboard case. All right. So we have two views. That actually gives us the intent of having basically two views that can be, this is the highlight state. So I wonder why one of these is looking bigger. I think it's just the highlight. Is it just the highlight? Or one of these is actually bigger. Could be. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Anyways, let's move forward. We'll check it out later. Okay. So now, with these two views placed in stack, let's say if you want to make a space between these two, right? So there is a property called spacing that you can apply, and you can apply points in spacing, and that actually is going to basically have this spacing. So yes, now you can see there's a gap between these two. This is a little bit smaller, maybe because of the amount of text it has. So that is the reason why. Yeah. So it's actually sizing to the text, which is why I was looking like that. Now, in case if that bothers you, what you can do is, I believe you should be able to. I have not tried this yet, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's give it a max width property to both of these. So you're going to say they're going to go 400. 400 too much. Okay, 200 as max width. Okay, yeah. Or we can say min width. Let's try min width. Okay, so when you apply that, as you can see, it's getting applied on the VStack, so it's not really affecting the view itself. But if we apply it before our background property, there you go. Our views are gonna look same, so it doesn't matter how much space it's taking. It's gonna look exactly that. Okay, so our SwiftUI is a little bit cut off. Okay, so let's make this as infinity. The max width as infinity. Yeah, there you go. So we can create it like a band, and let's do the same thing here. Okay. Excuse me. So let's talk about some more things. So let's talk about the alignment property. So there's another property that you can set. It's called alignment that you can give to your stacks. Okay. So for that, I'm going to create another stack inside the VStack. So you can do that. That's actually perfectly valid. And let's create a couple more views. So view 1 and view 2. Okay. So we've created two VStacks, two text views inside the VStack. And what we're going to do is we're going to give, first of all, both of them padding. Okay. And then it's going to come here and say alignment. And we're going to give it an alignment. If you type dot, you're going to see all the alignment properties that are allowed within VStack. And you're going to say it needs to be leading. Okay. Now, if you see, this is not doing much. I mean, you don't see much difference. So let's make this one view really big. So this view is really, really big. So we can see. Okay. All right. So as you can see, alignment is leading is taking effect because both of these texts are aligned leading. If you do center, which is the default, then you can see the view above actually goes to the center of the screen. And if you do, I believe, trailing, so trailing should be there. Yeah. So there we go. As you can see, this is how the trailing view actually, view is aligned to the trailing side. Okay. Now, if you want to apply some common property, for example, font, you can apply it to the entire view, and all the children are going to basically be affected by it. And then you can cherry pick individual, so you can apply font style or anything like that inside your VStack SSA if you want to have a section with different font styles and stuff like that. And then you can override each individual properties to actually adjust them further. Okay, so that's those are a few things that actually you can do around VStack. Now you can actually use overlays, and you can draw a border around VStack as well. So say if I had an overlay of rounded rectangle, corner radius, not corner size, radius, and I would say 10. Now let's say if you wanna your rectangle appears, as you can see, but you just want to stroke it out. You just want to have the stroke of the rectangle so it looks like a border for at this layer. So this is a new layer. Remember, this is a new layer that's being added on your view. So what you can do is you can modify this layer by saying just stroke this out. So don't use the filled view, but the stroke, just the outline or the borderline for that. And then you can actually give your stroke a color. So if I want to give it for example, a blue color, and I want to give a line width, for example 2 maybe, then you can have that. So let's see, let's add a little bit more padding so we can see it a little bit more clearly. And as you can see, this is our rounded rectangle. I'm going to change this to leading. Looks a little bit better. This is our border that's being created around our VStack, around our view, and you can see it actually looks perfect. So, all right. So yeah, so those are some of the things that you can, or many other things that you can do inside the VStack. Now, next is basically going to be the edge stack, and we're going to look at how various different properties of edge stacks work. And once we start composing all these different views, creating screens for different use cases, you can actually get more handle on how VStack is actually structured and how it helps you build the UI. Okay, so this is it for this video, and thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.